Hello, welcome back. Today I'm talking to friends and family of victims of narcissistic abuse. I've received so many requests for this type of video from clients and from viewers, so I hope this is helpful. I would like for you that you're watching to imagine a normal relationship. Now imagine a normal breakup, which is each part acknowledges usually their wrongdoings and things that weren't okay, and then they take responsibility for what they did and say I'm sorry and so forth. Now imagine this doesn't happen. Not only that, but one of them makes the other one responsible for what this person did. Okay, this is mind-bending. So the innocent person is now accused of being guilty of, for example, cheating, let's say, which is something that happens in normal relationships as well. Okay, so this person reacts sometimes takes the guilt, which is what happens in narcissistically abusive relationships. There's a traumatic bond and cognitive dissonance where the innocent part will take the blame sometimes. This is very mind-bending, okay, but let's keep going. So now imagine this person not only accuses this person, but victimizes him or herself. Okay, now this is the victim, which in reality is the abuser, okay? But only this person half knows, because this person has worked so hard so that this person, which is innocent, will think that he or she is guilty, that now she's doubting, okay? So now, one more layer. This person not only accuses the innocent one and victimizes him or herself, but starts talking to everybody else. So now this person, through a smear campaign, starts talking to all this person's family and friends and some other people about this person and how this person hurt them and how this person did this and that, everything that this person did. I know this sounds very weird, and this is why friends and family usually tend to be invalidating and sort of gaslight without knowing. So here I am asking you to bend your mind, okay, and understand why the grieving process takes so much longer than the common grieving process, okay? So what I'm asking here is for friends and family of victims of narcissistic abuse to not say this. Here we go. Oh, you're not over that relationship? Still? Oh my God, you're obsessed. What's wrong with you? Why are you still thinking about this? Why are you not over her or him? Okay? This is very damaging to your friend and your family member. Do not do this. Why? Because the grieving process, the normal grieving process, what we learn in psychotherapists, what we use usually as a model is the Elizabeth kübler-ross's steps, which are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finding a meaning, right? So, okay, this happens, but it's more complex because the grieving process is twofold. On one hand, you're grieving the end of a relationship like anybody else would, and on the other, you're grieving the death of a person in a divorce, in a separation, in a family where they need to distance themselves from a toxic parent, for example. There's a death of a person because people with personality disorders will wear sort of a mask where they make people believe that they are a certain way, but in reality they are not. So by the end of the relationship, people tend to realize that, oh my God, I've been with a person that I thought existed, but in reality this person did not exist. It was a creation. As crazy as this sounds, this is a creation of a person, sort of a masked personality, where it's made, tailor-made, so that the victim will bite the bait, okay? This is a trap. And this is Not like this can happen to only codependent people or people that have suffered abuse before. Yeah, they are more vulnerable to these experiences. But in reality, this can happen to anybody. Psychopaths tend to set traps for everybody. They are continuously acting. They are chameleons. They portray things. They take things from different people that they meet, and they wear masks. They play roles, so that they need to do this because that's what they do to get what they want. So this is the matrix part where you need to start believing the reality is different. Okay, so this is why we talk about the grieving process being so long and being twofold, at least because it's the death of a person and the end of a relationship. And then you have the betrayal factor here. Okay, there's betrayal because you spent a long time with somebody that is very fake, someone that is not really there, because this person was created by the abuser so that he or she could get whatever he wanted, which usually is narcissistic supply, which is attention, love. I mean, sometimes it's social standards, things, a job. It could be in the workplace, in families. It's about making themselves feel better at the expense of the relative, and in couples it's the same thing. So you have betrayal, you have these things, and then you have the part where the person is suffering guilt, and out of nowhere, because this is a training, the conditioning the person has is guilt. Okay, you're guilty of everything if you've been with someone like that. So this is why, please, if you're family and friends, do not make your friend feel guilty for taking too long to get well, because this is abuse and this is trauma. Like a soldier that goes to war and then comes back traumatized and they have PTSD. Well, this is similar because this is trauma as well. And studies have shown that people that have stayed in relationships with abusive person will have symptoms of CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So this is not a normal relationship breakup, you know. It's not, oh, somebody cheated on me and then I feel so bad about myself. No. It's so many more layers than that, okay? This is about abuse, and this is about post-traumatic stress. And this has a consequence on people's bodies and physicality, okay? It's not just psychological. They can develop different health problems, immune responses, inflammation due to cortisol, which is caused by excess of cortisol is caused by stress. And so this is just one of the things, you know. It's so complex and there are so many layers to this. And then your friend or family member needs to recover. So they will need at least 2 years to start feeling better, at least. Okay, depending on a lot of factors, but at least 2 years to start feeling sort of okay-ish, okay, better. And then they will need to learn. You will find your family member or friend is obsessed with learning, watching videos about this, because this is part of healing. It's an important part of healing. It's not that, oh, we need to talk about this because this happened to me and blah blah blah. No. They need to understand what happened, because it's as if we talk about like being on a different planet. You need to understand the gravity there, how oxygen works, you know. Personality disorders create such a chaos in a person that you have to understand how you survived there, what happened there. You need to understand so that you start feeling better, because otherwise you end up feeling guilty and bad, not good enough. So this is very, very important, that if you're a friend or a family member, you need to, if you want, you are welcome to subscribe here and learn more about this, or there are many channels, this is a good thing, that talk about this and learn about personality disorders and what consequences these people have on normal people, okay? Perfectly normal people. The grieving process when it comes to toxic relationships and narcissistically abusive relationships or psychopathic relationships is completely different, and it's complex, and it takes a lot of time. And also, we're talking here about serious stuff, like life or death experiences, okay? This is like coming back from war. It's similar, okay? So this is trauma. And so your friend, your family member has to be strong and needs support from you, which is validation. Validation is key, especially for other therapists out there. We need to be validating, okay? This is not about, oh, you need to take, taking charge of what you did and that. No. They need validation first, okay? Because they need to understand what happened. And also, really, most of the things that were wrong usually are things that the partner or the family member that is toxic did. So this person poured love and poured communication skills and tried to make things better for years and years and years before you stepped here to therapy, okay? So this is not a good thing to start talking about communication skills and boundaries. And yeah, they will need boundaries and all that, but first they will need to understand what happened, okay? And also understand that this could happen to anybody. People that are codependent and people that have boundaries of steel, this could happen to them too, okay? Because psychopaths and narcissists, they tend to set traps, It's all about gaining what they want, getting what they want. So yeah, this is very deceitful. So it can happen to anybody. So please respect victims of narcissistic abuse. And this is not about, oh, I'm always playing the victim, No. This has nothing to do with that. They're real victims, okay? But now they will become thrivers with good treatment and with your support, okay? With family and friends support. And so this is why it's very important for them that people like you, I'm talking to friends and family today, understand this, because you will be a key component of their recovery, okay? I hope this is useful. I will see you soon. Please subscribe to this channel, share this video if you found it interesting, and I will see you next week. Take good care. Bye-bye.